I think iPhone 11 Pro is the best iPhone today, price to performance ratio. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Welcome back to GadgetRevNow. Do you own an iPhone 11 or 11 Pro and thinking of buying the newer 13 or the upcoming 14? Or you're coming from an older iPhone and thinking of moving to iPhone 11 or 11 Pro? Watch this before you make your decision. We will talk about the things we love, the things we hate, and our recommendations. Let's go to work. First, let's talk about the awesome camera. A few months ago, we compared this with the newer iPhone 13, and the performance is almost similar. There's almost little to no advantage at all, maybe the low light performance, but that's about it. It shoots 4K at 60 FPS, which is good for everyday video or vlogging, and it also performs well in low light condition. Not as good as iPhone 13, but considering how cheap it is, I'll take this any time of the day. It might not be the best camera phone we have now, but I can guarantee it's still one of the best out there, even in 2022. The next thing we love is the familiar look. In terms of design and form factor, iPhone 11 Pro has a distinct look as the newer iPhone 13 Pro. I think the camera module on iPhone 13 Pro is a little bigger, and in front, the notch is just a little smaller, but that's about it. At first glance, no one will notice that you're holding a 3-year-old iPhone 11 Pro. Fast forward, basing from the renders of the new iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro may have a cutout selfie camera, but the regular iPhone 14 still have the notch, so the notch design isn't dead yet. The next thing we love is the solid construction. Same with the design, it's the same build quality as the newer iPhone. I can confidently say that iPhone 11, 12, and 13 have the most durable build quality for iPhones. They are premium, well-built, and the internals are inaccessible, which is also a good thing because it will be really hard to tamper these phones. The next thing we love is the software support and updates. According to some articles online, iPhone 10 to 13 will have 6 years of iOS updates. Great news for those people who will just buy or currently owning the iPhone 11 Pro. This phone was released 2019, so we still have 3 more years of continuous update. Apple is known to support their devices for a long period of time. Next is the fast performance because of the processor. I've been using this phone until now, and to be honest, I don't see any marginal difference between iPhone 11 and 13. It uses the powerful A13 Bionic, and I can play almost any games without hiccups. The lighter apps load faster too. This is even faster than the newer Android phones today. Price to performance ratio, nothing can beat the iPhone 11 Pro. The next thing we love is the good battery life. I can register 5.5 hours on my iPhone 11 Pro with screen brightness at 40 to 50%, sometimes turning off LTE and Wi-Fi. It also has a pretty solid standby time, so you don't have to worry about the phone when not using it. And in case your battery gets bad, although a little expensive, but Apple are offering battery replacement for this iPhone, so you are covered. And lastly, the bigger screen. Well, if you've seen the iPhone SE 2022, it's quite a disappointment. It has the same look and screen size as iPhone 6, big chin and forehead. This phone has the newer look, same with the iPhone 13 with 82% screen-to-body ratio. This phone also has a Super Retina XDR OLED that supports HDR10 Dolby Vision and can go as bright as 800 nits. You will enjoy watching videos on this phone, great quality panel. So all in all, again, this is one of the best value used iPhone of this year. These are the things that we hate. First is the performance throttling. Not just for iPhone 11 Pro, but for the whole iPhone in general, if the battery health goes below 80%, Apple will throttle the performance and you are forced to do the expensive battery replacement. Which leads us to the next thing that we hate, the expensive battery replacement. Since the battery is practically inaccessible, you are forced to pay Apple for the battery replacement. Price check, you need to pay $89 plus tax. The next thing that we hate is the weak wireless charging magnets. You can stick the MagSafe extended battery or the wallet because the magnets are pretty weak. I also have a car charger with wireless charging, but since this phone has a weak magnets, I can't use that accessory on this phone. And the last thing is the same boring design. 2022 is the year of foldable phones, and if you buy a used iPhone 11 Pro, it may look boring. Also based from the renders of the newer iPhone Pro or Pro Max, they now have the punch hole design, so this year this iPhone may look really outdated. And lastly, recommendations. I will not recommend this to people who wants to use magnetic accessories. Again, the magnets are pretty weak. Also, if you're planning to keep this for a long period of time, the software support are halfway through. And I'll recommend this to anyone who wants the best iPhone with a cheaper price. It is a pretty good camera, it is fast, and looks like the newer iPhones. Since this is older, you might find discounted cases too. iPhone 11 Pro is definitely ahead of its time with the fast performance, awesome camera, and great build quality. This is the best iPhone this year, price to performance ratio. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare this phone in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.